Now, if I say the words carbon fiber guitar, a lot of thoughts might cross your mind, but usually the concept of affordability and carbon fiber do not go together. But today we're going to look at an affordable carbon fiber guitar that is, well, about the same or even less than a similarly equipped wooden guitar. So here we go, let's check this thing out. Now before we get to the guitar, I do have to highlight this guitar case. It's one of the nicest cases I've seen in this price tier and has that sort of fake carbon fiber weave on it, which alludes to what's inside. So really nice job on this case. Let's open it up and take a look at the guitar. The case does come with the guitar, so it's not an extra, expense, which is amazing. So here's the guitar. I'm just going to pull it out for a second. Yeah, so beautifully molded case. And I don't know if you can see here, but it's got sort of like that diamond plush inside, which is really beautiful. So yeah, one of the nicest cases I've seen in this price tier, but let's get to the main event and check out the guitar. All right, you guys, so what exactly is this guitar? Well, you may recognize a few things about it. Number one, well, that really cool honeycomb carbon fiber top. So unique. It looks, yeah, really cool. And then of course, the sound hole on the upper side of the guitar with that little gold rosette, I guess you could call it. But yes, this is from a brand called Enya. Now, I love the headstock on it. It's clean. It's a little bit different, but I think it suits the carbon fiber really nice. And then the body shape here. So this model is the X4 Pro Mini. So it's a little bit smaller than the full-size guitar, but you wouldn't really know it by playing. You can see how big the backside is here for projection. And if I just play, obviously my lav mic is behind the guitar, but if I just play it acoustically, really bright, really present, and beautifully balanced actually between the bass frequencies and the treble frequency. So of course we'll plug it in, but I just wanted to strum a few quick chords for you guys. So the advantage is obviously carbon fiber, temperature, humidity swings, all that kind of stuff does not matter. The electronics are another strength of this guitar. We'll check that out in a second. And of course, the overall construction of carbon fiber just lets you do a few things differently than a wooden guitar. Right, so here are the quick specs on the Enya X4 Pro Mini. Now the showstopper on this guitar is the carbon fiber woven top. One of the nicest designs I've seen. I think it just suits, a guitar like this. It looks modern, but it doesn't look too crazy. Yeah, really nice design. On the back and sides, we've got a composite. So it's still carbon fiber, but it's more like particles kind of put together. So you don't get the woven back and sides like you would find on like a $3,000 carbon fiber guitar. So you get it on the top, but not on the sides and back. So carbon fiber neck, carbon fiber fingerboard, tusk nut, tusk saddle, Richlite bridge. So there is no wood on this guitar at all. So this guitar is not going to care about temperature swings. It's not going to care about humidity changes. It's going to be very durable. So that is, of course, one of the big things about this guitar is if you're going from your house in the winter into your car, which is cold, and then back into a building, which is warm, this guitar is just going to shrug it off, which is, the advantage of the carbon fiber. Beautiful electronics on this guitar, effects, built-in tuner, all the things you would expect. We'll do some audio examples in a second. So yes, you can plug this guitar in. You look at the case, you look at the carbon fiber, you look at the electronics, and then you look at the price and you're like, man, how did they do that? So anyway, gold accents on this guitar, Enya branded tuners, work and feel very well. I love the design too. Just looks a little bit more kind of high-end than a basic tuning machine. The neck joint, you can do stuff with carbon fiber that you just can't do with wood, and the neck joint is an example of that. It's all just kind of molded together. So yeah, really nice design. Sort of satiny feeling on the neck. Again, it doesn't feel like wood. If you've ever picked up a carbon fiber guitar, it has its own feel. This one also has a unique 0 fret. You don't see that on guitars all the time either. So you've got your tusk nut, then a 0 fret, and then your first fret. So if you're like playing a C or an A or something like that, you'll kind of see that first fret. So a little bit different in terms of that design. But yeah, let's plug it in. We'll go through some of the built-in effects and that kind of stuff and see what this thing sounds like. Well, you guys, let's take a listen to the Enya. Now, to listen to the effects, we have to be plugged in, so I'm plugged straight into my audio interface. There's two verbs. There's a room and a hall, and then there's chorus and delay. So again, no menu hopping. There's just knobs, which keeps things very, very simple. So here's with no effects at all. Yeah, tons of sustain. Again, if you've never played carbon fiber, lots of sustain on these guitars. So let's just dial in a little bit of room here. Let's add a bunch of room, and we'll see what that sounds like. Okay, and let's go into the halls, and I'm just going to dial in a little bit of hall. Yeah, tons more decay there. So there you guys go. Tons of options. I'll just leave it on, like, I don't know, barely on hall, just to give it a little bit more of warmth. Just a little bit there. Okay, and let's go ahead and dial up some chorus. See what that sounds like. Nice warm chorus, and let's go into the delays here. So here are my final thoughts on the Enya X4 Pro Mini. Now let's start off with the things I like about this guitar. Number one, and I think a big factor for a lot of people, is the price. So this guitar is $699. Now, most guitars you do not get a hard shell case with, and in fact, most companies would probably charge you $150, $200 for a case like that. So you get that hard shell case and this guitar with the electronics and all that kind of stuff. $6.99 is a very good price for this package. So I think that is definitely one of the strengths of this design. Next up, I like the electronic layout. It's not too like overwhelming. You can see it charges with the USB there, so you're never gonna have to change batteries and that kind of stuff. It's just really easy to use. The built-in tuner works excellent. I love that there's separate knobs for verb and either chorus or delay. So again, no menu diving, that kind of stuff. It's like, do you want chorus or do you want delay, verb, any combination? That's what you get. Really, really easy to use. So I like that. Very simplified, but very practical use. I love that you have the built-in preamp. So again, $6.99, you can plug this guitar in and have all the effects and that kind of stuff. Really nice. And number 3, the construction's great. Like, there's nothing weird about this. I've played a lot of carbon fiber acoustic guitars over the years. One of my first guitars was carbon fiber. Played on that for ages because I was traveling and playing. So yeah, huge advantages to the carbon fiber. Now, there are a few things to consider if you're not sure if you should buy a carbon fiber guitar or not. Number 1, well, they sound a little bit different than a wooden guitar. Carbon fiber is just so rigid, so strong. There's no give in it, so once you set up your neck, it's never gonna move. That is an advantage. But in terms of like how the strings resonate and the clarity that you get from each string, it's a little bit different than wood. And all those vibrations are transferred into the body. So if you hold the guitar up against your body and you strum a chord on a carbon fiber guitar, you feel everything. That's just how strong and rigid carbon fiber is. So it does have a little bit different frequency response than wood. And if you're not sure, just go to a music store and play one back to back. Find a carbon fiber guitar and a wooden one in the same price tier and play them back to back. That will let you know, because yes, there's a different frequency response and attack on a carbon fiber guitar. So bear that in mind. It's going to sound a little bit different than wood. And number 2, it feels a little bit different, in terms of like the neck and all that kind of stuff. This one's satin and a really nice profile, but it doesn't feel like wood. So I would suggest, if you don't want to take a chance on the $6.99, go to a store and try them out. But yeah, those would be the 2 things that I would say consider before you buy. It's going to sound slightly different than wood. It's going to feel slightly different than wood. So to sum the whole thing up, great hard shell case. Guitar is built well, guitar sounds good, electronics simple but effective. If you like to take your guitar places, you're gonna love taking this thing around. And of course, number 1 is the price. So there you guys go. Nothing weird or, red flaggy about this guitar. I played the full size version of this guitar and it was built in the same way. Nicely rounded on the back there. Yeah, so very comfortable to play, great package. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I will link to the guitar in the video description below. You can check full specs, pricing, that kind of stuff down there. Other than that, have yourself a great day. Take care.